Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? I hope your days are going good and your lives are going even better than that. We are going to be jumping into an album review with Shadow of Intent and their album Melancholy. It's one that I've listened to a few hundred times, couple of hundred times. I've analysed the lyrics to the best of my ability and I've just kind of tried to put everything into one constant video. I do most of my shit in one take, so if there's any errors or anything like that, that's completely my bad, but still. For the Too Long Didn't Read, if you just want to see if it's a good album, if it's a bad album, it's a masterpiece. Lyrically, the way it's played, the way it's growled, everything is just masterfully done. The lyrics themselves are deep in the theme, and I can't really do it in the Too Long Didn't Read style. Just know it's about a person's journey from their death to their rebirth, and it's interesting to say the least. But still, we're going to jump into the major part of the review now. I'm going to begin with the lyrics. The lyrics are insane. So we start, in the eyes of God, the creator, whatever the hell you want to call him, and he's fed up with the way that people are treating the planet, with the way people are treating each other, with the way people are treating themselves, so he descends a plague down into the depths of the world and begins to wipe out humanity. People die, people suffer a lot before they die. It's not just a quick, instant death, it's a pure plague of suffering that is being brought forth. The person who we're following in question takes his own life before the plague overwhelms him, because he can't take it anymore. He can't take the pain anymore. And he just wants to escape, he just wants to get away from all of this shit. Which is completely fair, completely understandable. He descends into not a hell, into a nothingness, into a blackness. He hears souls all around him, confused, distraught, not knowing what the fuck is going on, until they are led into a place where they are transformed from their mortal selves into their immortal bodies, so they can go into the next phase of existence. The next phase of existence is pure suffering. Don't mind me saying, but it's pure suffering. Their immortal bodies are basically destroyed. I mean, their mortal bodies are destroyed, and it's just pure death and suffering, and people being stripped of their bodies and flesh until they can't take anymore, until they break, until their mental state is completely broken. Everything is completely gone, everything is completely overwhelmed, and that is just literally how shit goes there. After that point, they're led to a goddess who infects their minds, their bodies, their souls. You can taste her, you can breathe her, you can feel her within your ears, you can feel her within your mouth, you can literally feel her upon you. Her only purpose is just to bring you suffering. She's like the equivalent of, say, like a hell where they torture you. This goddess just becomes a part of you and just tortures you from the inside out. And that would be the majority of humanity's suffering, in the amount of humanity's after death, afterlife type situation. And it's just crazy to think about. It's just one of those insane things. And I don't know. And so, like, in the middle song, called Udonophobia, it's where we go into the guy's kind of mental state and we see everything that he's going through, and he shows that we were deceived, for God is not the saviour, he is the destroyer, he is the one who destroys, he is the one who puts all of this into place. And coming out of this, we go into a way where there's a gateway. A gateway forms in front of our main guy, or girl, or who, I'm pretty sure it's a guy, and this figure of like disguised faith or something like that is giving this guy a hand to say, come with me, I will save you, I will take you back to a different place, which he believes. And so we're brought forth through all the pain, through all the suffering. He's brought back into the world, he's rebirthed. The instrumental, the song before the end of this, the dreaded mystic abyss, is a song of his rebirth. That's what it's meant to represent, that's what it's meant to show. It's meant to be pure rebirth energy. It's meant to be the kind of sounds and things that he's experiencing as he's being brought back into the real world, into the real existence. Though, we have to keep in mind, He was made immortal. He was made to a point where he cannot die. So what does it mean when he's brought back into the human world, when he's brought back into the human planes? It means he can't die. He is immortal. But humanity has been wiped out. The earth has been brought back to a place of pure nature. There's no life. It's been wiped out by plagues. Humanity is rotting away on the floor around him. Everywhere, all he smells is decay and death and debauchery. And there's nothing he can do because he's immortal. He cannot physically die. He watches as the earth begins to rot. He watches as the sun dies out. And there's nothing he can do, driven maddened by all the things he experienced, by all the things he had happen to him, by all the things he's experiencing now. Pure, perpetual agony in his sense, where he cannot physically do anything about it. He's just forced to suffer and watch and just see what happens with the universe as he just physically cannot die. It's crazily lyrically themed. One of the deepest lyrics I've ever had to analyze, and it's just interesting to say the least. It's one of those really interesting and crazy situations that you never really thought would be able to even be thought of, man. Just the thought put into the process of the lyrics is insane. The amount of time and fucking work it must have taken them to write this is insane. And then again, Shadow of Intent have always been a band about pure lyrical integrity, man. Their lyrics are always very good. This one brings it to a whole other level, though, if I'm completely honest with you. Okay, so now, we're going to move on to the music itself. The music itself is amazing. Fast, heavy, dark, symphonic, mixed with deathcore. If you don't know what symphonic and deathcore mixed together is like, it's basically symphonic just means like more orchestrated. So when we have symphonic metal, and you think of bands like Notice, they have a lot of orchestration behind them, and they have a lot of orchestration built into their music. That's exactly what we think of for Shadow of Intent. That's exactly how we should definitely think about it. And yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like, the thing that hit me like recently when I was listening to Malediction, you know, at the beginning when we have those drums, those are heartbeats. That is a heartbeat. That's his heart starting again after he emerges alive. That's literally exactly how it is. That's literally exactly how it is perceived to be. And unless you really take a focus on the song and the meaning and everything else, the drums don't have that effect where you physically can see that they are his heartbeat, his heart starting for the first time in a long time, raising from the floor, realizing he's alive again, realizing that he's alone. And wow, amazing guitars, man. The solos are just literally insane. Everything is made in a way where it's perfect. Like in those songs where where you have that more spoken black metal-y type voice, that's when the vocalist of Shadow of Intent is kind of becoming more demonic, where he's becoming a more demonic character, speaking for a demon in a sense. I don't know whether it's a demon or a goddess or something like that, but he's speaking in that sense because it's not really the man's opinion or the man's voice or from God's opinion. It's from the voice of that specific entity. And just those little like themes are just insane. The drumming, as we know, is fast, it's heavy, it's dark, and it's deep, and it's technical. And that's the most important thing about Shadow of Intent. As strong as their lyrics are, the music just brings everything up to a point where the lyrics and the music becomes one, and it just makes everything sharper and better, and it just really, really flows and gels well together. It's a very deep piece. It's a very deep piece of music. It's something that you have to really analyse and you have to really experience in order to get the most out of it. On your first listen, you'll enjoy it because it's dark and it's heavy, and once you get deeper into it, once you know the lyrics, once you have everything in your head, man, it's mind-blowing, should I say. It's extremely mind-blowing. It's just one of those things, man. All in all, man, this is a masterpiece of an album, from the lyrics to the way that it's played towards everything else. It's just one of those things where you can't really fault it, you know what I mean? You just can't really fault anything really about it. You've got to experience it to believe it. I'm trying my best to justify everything in it. I'm probably not doing it as much justice as it deserves. But honestly, if you just go and listen to it, you guys will literally fall in love with it, as I have. I love all of Shadow of Intent stuff, but Melancholy has a special place where they moved away from the Halo themes and they went into something much more deeper and refined and renowned, and you just got to experience it. That's my final thought, I think, man. I tried to explain shit to the best of my ability. I'm not sure how good of a job I did, man. I hope you guys kind of get it. Everything is in its place in this. Everything is in its place for a purpose. It's not played just to be heavy for the sake of being heavy. Everything has its place, everything has its purpose, and it's there for that specific reason. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, man. It's been a while since I've done a review, so this is my first in a few months, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, man, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy, man. This has been a fun fucking ride. More reviews coming soon as well, obviously. I'm going to try to get better over time. Please feel free to give me any comments as to what the fuck you think I can improve. Besides that, man, have a great day, guys. Take it easy.